Hello everybody, what's up and welcome to the next tutorial video here on Duct Tape Creations. So today guys, I was showing you how to make a woven tri-fold wallet. Should be very cool, so hope you enjoy, and let's get crafting. Alright, so the first thing you're going to start making your duct tape woven tri-fold wallet is to count 6 strips of tape that are 10 inches long to make a sheet of tape that is 4 inches in width, which is pretty simple. So take your first strip of tape right here, flip it over so you can see the sticky side, or the adhesive side I should say, which works pretty well. So take your second strip here and you're going to stick this right on top of that one, covering up all the sticky side to make a double-sided strip of tape, just like so. Just lay it down just like that and seal it down. Pretty simple. So there you go, double-sided strip of tape, just like so. Now you're going to take your next strip here and line it up at 3.5 inches. So let's take this one and line it up right about there, and set it down and seal it down on the other strip, just like that. And flip it over once again to cover up the rest of the sticky side with your third strip. Or your fourth strip, sorry. So do that and just cover up this sticky side that's showing, just like so. Seal it down, and there you go. Alright, so now you have a 3.5 inch wide sheet. You just need 2 more strips of tape to finish this off, which is kind of a waste because you only need like a little bit of like a ½ inch of size there. So there's that. But now you're going to take this, move it up to 4 inches, just like that. Seal it down, flip it over once again, and cover up the last bit of sticky side that is showing. And you're done with the sheet, so just seal it down just like this, and there we go. Alright, so there's your first sheet here for the woven tri-fold wall. It's pretty simple. Once you have your first sheet done, you're going to make an exact duplicate of this right here in an opposite color. So when you weave them together, it looks really cool. So I'm going to go in black and white for a cool checkerboard pattern, which I like. So yeah, this is pretty nice. I like it. So yeah, there we go. So the next step you want to do here is take with your 2 sheets is cut them into smaller strips. So you can cut 1 into vertical strips and 1 into horizontal strips. Which is pretty simple. So yeah, once you have these 2 sheets done, we can move on to doing that. So yeah. Alright, so once you have these 2 sheets made, we can move on to cutting them into these small strips. So I'll start by doing the vertical strips first off here with the black sheet. So to do this, it's pretty simple. Just grab a ruler here, come into the 1 inch mark just like that off the edge of the sheet, and just line it up on both the top and bottom just like that. And take your hobby knife or X-Acto knife, whatever you want to call it, and just cut right down there along the ruler, keeping a straight line best you can, just like that. And then from that line, move down 1 more inch once again, line it up on the bottom and top, just like that. And then cut right along that as well. So pretty simple. Right down there. Make sure you're pushing hard enough down to cut through the tape so you don't have to go through it more than once. My blade's a little bit dull, so I may have to do that more than once, but that's fine. Alright, let's get that more in place. Whoops, sorry guys. Alright, let's get that in place for the next one here. Just line it up the top, down at the bottom, and then just cut right through, just like that. All the way down. Oh, pretty cool. So pretty simple right there. And you should have these strips that come apart just like so, all 1 inch in width, well roughly. So there we go. This one's a little bit tighter because there's a lot of tape on this one overlapping each other. So I can just cut through this again, just right there. Alright, so let's do that. All the way down to the bottom. You have to do this if your blade is dull like mine, but what are you going to do? Alright, so at the top here. And there we go. I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, there we go. There are your vertical strips right there. Pretty simple. And then you're going to do the opposite sheet, the opposite color sheet here, which is white for me. You're going to cut horizontally, which you can see I've started doing here. I left the centers uncut so I can show you guys how you do it. So you can see it's instead of being from up and down, it's side to side. It's pretty simple, and then those are all 1 inch in width as well. The same process, just from side to side in the width. So that's pretty simple right there. So finish off making all of these, and then we'll move on to the weaving. So it's pretty simple. Alright, so now you've finished cutting down all of your sheets into these little strips right here. We can start the weaving process for your tri-fold wallet, which is pretty simple. So you're going to take your first little horizontal strip right here and start the weaving process off by putting one underneath the first strip there, and then putting it over the next and under the next one like so. So it kind of alternates back and forth. So in this case, it's under, over, top, under, over, top. You can do it the opposite direction where it's over, under, over, under, over, under, pretty much, which is easy enough. So there's the first one in. Now you're going to take your second one and do the exact opposite. So put this one underneath the second strip, just like so, and push it all the way down to the back, and then take your end one and just do it like that, so it's alternating and starts making a checkerboard pattern, just like so. So there we go, kind of push all this stuff together and make it more uniform, so it looks a lot cleaner. So there you go, do the best you can with that. So now you can see those two are connected just like that. Now you're going to cut this little strip right here that is 4 inches in width and stick this right here at the end, about halfway onto it, just like that, and seal it down. Now you're just going to carefully flip this over just like this and seal this down right there, covering up the edge so it all stays together. Just take your time with this and make sure you get it all lined up and into place, just like this. There we go, and seal it down, and that's your first edge sealed up. And there we go. So now you're going to continue this all the way down to the bottom once again, just alternating it. So in this case it goes under, over, under, and then pull it all the way back. Just line that up with your colors. And there we go. So checkerboard start the checkerboard will start all the way down to the bottom, and there we go. So just finish this off, and then we'll move on to our next steps. Alright, so once you finish weaving everything together, you should have a nice woven sheet just like this with a cool checkerboard pattern on it, which looks very awesome if you did it right. So yeah, pretty simple. But now what you want to do is seal up the top and bottom as well as the other side, which is pretty simple to do. Just cut out 3 strips of tape, 2 that are 10 inches long and 1 that is 4 inches long. You're going to start with your 4-inch strip right here and seal up the other side just like this. Just come in here and seal it up just like that. Flip it over and peel that onto the other side just like so. And there you go. So that can just be sealed down like that. And that side's sealed, and we're good to go. That cannot come apart. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your next strip here, your first 10-inch strip, and come to the bottom and just seal this off just like that. And seal it down. Flip it over and peel everything else onto this side and make sure that's all sealed down good and tight. Very good. Take your last strip here and put it onto the top just like this, same as you did the bottom. Line everything up, seal it down, flip it over and seal everything down just like so. So it's all together, it can't come apart, and you're good to go. So there is your first woven sheet. Now you can make a second woven sheet to have the back and front, the inside of the walls as well as the front be woven. But since it's a tri-fold, it's going to be thick enough with this, so I suggest only make. Alright guys, sorry about the cut there, got a little bit tongue-tied, but anywho, as I was saying, that's all there really is to making this right here. But now what you want to do is make another sheet of tape that is 4 inches in width and 10 inches in length, which will be the back side of your wall, which will make the other side of the billfold as well as the inside of your wall right there. So now if you want to, you can make another woven sheet for this, so you can have the inside being woven as well as the outside, so it looks really cool. But that's up to you. I'm going to choose not to do it because it's going to be really thick and it's going to be hard to fold the tri-fold as is right now. So I suggest only sticking with just the one woven sheet and one basic sheet here. But that's up to you, whatever you want to do. But if you want a second woven sheet, just follow these exact steps that you did for this one, and you can just replicate that over. So pretty simple. But now what you want to do is, once you have this sheet finished, you're going to stick these two together and make sure everything's sealed up. So cut out one more strip of tape here that is 10 inches long, and another strip of tape here that is 4 inches long, this guy right here. You're going to take this 4-inch strip, just lay that down, and you're going to cut this one. Just line that up a little bit better on the cutting mat. Let's see if I can get that here. Sorry guys. Just like this. Alright, you're going to take this and cut this right down the center like that. So pretty simple. So now you have those two strips right there, but you're going to take your first 10-inch strip, or your only 10-inch strip for this part, and seal it right here at the bottom, just like that, lining up with the sheet you used to seal the woven sheet together originally. Flip it over, take your primary sheet, or your just blank sheet, and just seal it down right like that, put everything over, and there we go. So now that's all sealed together. That starts your billfold process. Pretty simple. Now you're going to take one of these and just going to seal this off right at the side, overlap by a little bit, come over here and wrap it onto the other side, just like that. So now if you want to, you can use a full strip of tape so it overlaps more to keep it solid, but that's your choice. I'm just doing this to save tape. So there's that, and seal this down once again on this side, and come over here and wrap that off, and there we go. So right there is the billfold for your woven tri-fold wall. It's pretty cool. So to actually make this a tri-fold wall, you're going to need to start folding it here. So you're going to fold this in to right about here, which is 3 inches in from the one side, and take this over and fold it onto the other side. So you can see this thing becomes really thick as it's folded, but that's pretty much all there is to making the tri-fold woven, and it looks really cool. I quite like it. Now if it doesn't stay shut for you, you can just use a bit of Velcro right here and keep it shut, or you can leave it sit under a heavy book or a bunch of rolls of or a lot of rolls of different tapes that are heavy, or just something heavy in general, just to weigh it down and get it stuck into place. But if that doesn't work, Velcro is what you need to keep it shut right here at the edge. Just put one right here, and make sure it's all sealed down, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to a woven tri-fold wallet. It's really nice, quite cool. It's a little thick, but hey, what are you going to do? So yeah. Now something else, if you want to know how to make the card holders for the inside of this wall, it just requires basic vertical card holders. I believe I have an old tutorial up on that of how to make the vertical card holders. It's not the greatest, but it will suffice for what you need to know. So you can go check that out. I'll put a link down below in the description to the woven tri-fold, the vertical card holder tutorial. So that's pretty much it there. So yeah, pretty cool. Nice wallet and pretty easy to make. Just takes a lot of tape to work on the weaving. So yeah, that's all there is. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you guys later on today for a time lapse for Doctor Who. Should be very awesome. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. So thanks for watching, and as always, everybody, just enjoy the one of those duct tape.